Hey, fellow anglers and outdoor enthusiasts. Your friend and fishing expert is here, ready to dive deep into the fascinating world of fishing forecasts. Today, we're talking about a special day, January 16th, 2026, and our focus is on the beautiful wild waters of Ireland. Many of you might think winter means putting away the rods, but let me tell you, this day could hold some incredible surprises. We're going to break down exactly what the conditions will be like, what fish are biting, and how you can maximize your chances of a trophy catch. Get ready, because even in the heart of winter, Ireland's waters can deliver. All right, friends, let's talk about our prime targets for this chilly January day. Based on typical winter activity in Ireland, we're going to focus on three hardy species that aren't afraid of a bit of cold: pike, cod, and roach. First up, the mighty pike, our freshwater behemoth. These predators remain active even when the water cools down, but their metabolism slows, meaning they're less likely to chase. Where to look? Forget the shallow margins for now, friends. On January 16th, with freshwater temperatures likely hovering between 4 and 6 degrees Celsius, pike will be hugging the deeper areas of Ireland's lochs and slower-moving rivers. Think sharp drop-offs, submerged structures like old river bends or sunken trees, and deep pockets where they can conserve energy and ambush unsuspecting prey. What to use? A sturdy spinning rod with a medium-heavy action is ideal. For lures, think big, soft plastics around 6 to 8 inches, retrieved incredibly slowly along the bottom. Dead baits, such as sardines or mackerel fished on a ledger rig in deeper spots, can also be incredibly effective. Let the bait do the work, friends. Slow and steady wins the race with winter pike. Remember, patience is absolutely key here. Next, for my sea angling companions, the resilient cod are a fantastic target along the Irish coast. Where to look? With sea temperatures ranging from 7 to 10 degrees Celsius in coastal areas, cod will be seeking out their usual winter haunts. Focus your efforts on the south and west coast marks, particularly over rough ground, reefs, and even wrecks if you're boat fishing. From the shore, sandy beaches that feature deeper gullies or rocky outcrops are ideal ambush points. They'll be searching for easy meals in the stirred-up water. What to use? A sturdy surf rod with a fixed paternoster rig is your best friend. Forget the flashy lures for now. In winter, natural baits like fresh peeler crabs or large lugworms are far more effective. Strip baits of mackerel or herring can also work wonders. Cast your bait into those calmer pockets behind sandbanks and let the scent do the work. Finally, for our coarse fishing friends, the humble but reliable roach are still very much on the cards. Where to look? Roach are active in winter and, like many coarse fish, will be found in rivers, lakes, and canals. On a cold January day, they'll typically be deeper, often congregating in slower-moving sections of rivers, deep holes in canals, or along drop-offs in lakes, especially where there's soft mud. What to use? A light feeder or waggler setup is perfect. Small hooks, sizes 18 to 22, are best. For bait, natural offerings are king. Small red maggots, bloodworm, or a tiny piece of bread punch will often entice a bite. Ground bait rich in finely crushed particles will help draw them in without overfeeding. Now let's break down the conditions influencing our fishing on January 16th, 2026. Weather. Based on typical Irish January patterns, we're looking at a cool, damp, and breezy day. Average air temperatures will likely range from a low of 3 degrees Celsius to a high of 8 degrees Celsius. We can expect frequent rain showers, perhaps light and temporary, carried by average wind speeds of around 15 miles per hour. The atmospheric pressure is likely to be stable to slowly falling, which can often be a good sign for predatory fish as they sense feeding opportunities before a major change. Water temperature. In fresh water, expect temperatures to be between 4 and 6 degrees Celsius. This cold water slows down fish metabolism significantly, making them less active and more lethargic. For our sea anglers, coastal water temperatures will hover between 7 and 10 degrees Celsius. While still cold, the slightly warmer sea temperatures can keep species like cod more responsive than their freshwater counterparts. Moon phase. On January 16, 2026, the moon will be in a sound or waning crescent phase, with an illumination of about 3 to 7%. This is very close to the new moon, which is often associated with periods of weaker gravitational pull, and traditionally a slower bite by some anglers. However, it can also mean fish are more actively feeding during short, specific windows, especially around sunrise and sunset, when light levels are low. Overall fish activity. Given the cold air and water temperatures, frequent showers, and the waning crescent moon, overall fish activity across Ireland will be on the capricious to average side for January 16th. The cold will generally slow things down, but the stable to slightly falling pressure offers a glimmer of hope. Predatory species like pike and hardy sea species like cod are still very much catchable if you adapt your tactics. The fish are in their winter holding patterns, feeding but not voraciously. My overall assessment for January 16th, 2026 is a medium to capricious handbite. Success will heavily depend on your patience, your ability to locate deeper, more stable environments where fish congregate, and your choice of natural, slower presented baits. It's a day for the patient and prepared angler, but those who put in the effort could be handsomely rewarded by a memorable winter catch. So, my friends, while January 16th might not be a boiling hot day for fishing, it definitely holds potential for those willing to brave the elements and fish smart. Remember, every day on the water is a good day. I wish you all tight lines and ni chwasta, ni cheshui. May you have neither tail nor scale, or, as we say in English, good luck. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more tips and predictions, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure. And now I want to hear from you. What are your go-to winter fishing tactics in cold water? Have you had any surprising catches in January? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Your experiences help our whole community of anglers grow. Until next time, stay safe and keep those lines wet.